Why is the United States suddenly increasing its military presence in the Southern Caribbean? To understand this, we need to look at infrastructure that was abandoned decades ago but is now being quietly revived. One of the most important developments is happening at Roosevelt Roads Naval Station in Puerto Rico. Once the largest U.S. naval base in the world, it was officially shut down in 2004. Today, multiple reports indicate that the site is being rapidly reactivated and converted from a civilian zone back into a forward operating military base. Nearby, Henry E. Rolson Airport in the U.S. Virgin Islands is also undergoing a transformation. What was once a purely civilian airport is now being adapted to support heavy military logistics and transport aircraft. This isn't routine modernization. It signals preparation. The timing is not accidental. Two major triggers are driving this shift. First, intelligence assessments suggest that Russia and China are deepening their military involvement in Venezuela. These are not symbolic visits or temporary deployments. The concern in Washington is that Moscow and Beijing are exploring the establishment of permanent military facilities in the region. From the U.S. perspective, this crosses a red line. It directly challenges the Monroe Doctrine, the long-standing policy that rejects hostile foreign military presence in the Western Hemisphere. The second trigger is energy. Oil remains central to Venezuela's survival as a regime and to U.S. pressure strategy. U.S. Coast Guard helicopters have already been observed intercepting and seizing oil tankers departing Venezuelan waters. This suggests that economic isolation is being applied before any kinetic phase begins. If escalation were to occur, the U.S. Navy already has key assets positioned nearby. One of them is an R. Lee Burke-class destroyer assigned not just to missile defense, but to electronic warfare. Its mission would be to disrupt communications, jam radar systems, and blind coastal defenses in the early stages of an operation. Alongside it, another destroyer equipped with advanced missile defense systems serves as a protective shield. Its role is to intercept incoming anti-ship missiles and protect the fleet from retaliation. The presence of a large amphibious assault ship is especially telling. These vessels are not used for symbolic blockades. They exist to deploy Marines and heavy equipment onto hostile shores. That alone suggests that planners are considering scenarios beyond naval pressure. The operation would not be limited to approaches from the north. Waters near Trinidad and Tobago play a critical role in sealing Venezuela's southern maritime access. U.S. naval patrols in the Gulf of Paria are positioned to monitor and interdict any movement into the Atlantic. A guided missile destroyer operating in this area functions as a sentinel. Its job is to detect submarines, intercept fast attack craft, and secure shipping lanes. Overseeing the entire naval picture is a cruiser acting as the air defense and command coordinator. From its combat information center, it synchronizes the movements of ships, aircraft, and missile systems across the region. Naval power alone is not enough. Air power is what enables rapid dominance. Strategic bombers like the B-52 do not need Caribbean bases. They can launch from the continental United States, release long-range cruise missiles, and return without landing. Faster platforms such as the B-1 bomber are designed for high-speed, low-altitude strikes against hardened targets. Closer to the theater, Puerto Rico provides a critical advantage. From there, tactical aircraft can reach Venezuelan airspace within minutes. Unmanned drones remain airborne for hours, tracking mobile missile systems and striking them the moment they relocate. Stealth fighters lead the way, penetrating air defenses and neutralizing surface-to-air missile batteries. Modern warfare depends on logistics. Aerial refueling tankers extend mission endurance, allowing fighters to remain operational without returning to base. Heavy cargo aircraft operate continuously, delivering equipment, ammunition, and personnel to forward locations. Without this logistics chain, sustained military pressure would be impossible. That infrastructure is already being activated. Modern warfare depends on logistics. Aerial refueling tankers extend mission endurance, allowing fighters to remain operational without returning to base. Heavy cargo aircraft operate continuously, delivering equipment, ammunition, and personnel to forward locations. Without this logistics chain, sustained military pressure would be impossible. That infrastructure is already being activated. When forward bases are reopened, bombers are on standby, amphibious ships are deployed, and logistics pipelines are active, it suggests that contingency planning has moved into an advanced phase. From the U.S. perspective, the strategy combines surveillance, targeted strikes, maritime interdiction, and rapid ground insertion. Destroyers provide missile defense and strike capability. Submarines secure the underwater domain. Aircraft monitor and disrupt enemy movement across land and sea. This layered approach is designed to overwhelm resistance before it can organize. Venezuela's military is smaller and technologically inferior, but it relies on asymmetric methods. Layered air defenses, coastal patrols, and extensive militia mobilization form the backbone of its strategy. Local terrain knowledge and jungle cover complicate raids and surveillance. Criminal networks intertwined with military elements use fast boats, smuggling routes, and civilian traffic to evade detection. This creates a hybrid defense, blending conventional forces with irregular tactics. One of the most decisive elements in such a conflict would be submarines. Operating silently, they gather intelligence, intercept communications, and strike without warning. A single torpedo can disable or sink major surface vessels. Modern torpedoes guide themselves via data links, sonar, and autonomous targeting systems. Even if they miss initially, they can re-engage. This underwater threat forces adversaries to operate cautiously and limits maneuverability. The situation does not exist in isolation. Russia is likely to provide drones and other asymmetric tools to complicate U.S. operations. These systems could target airfields, logistics hubs, or command centers. Any prolonged confrontation would reshape regional security dynamics and disrupt global trade routes. What begins in the Caribbean would not stay there. This buildup is not about a single action. It is about positioning, leverage, and deterrence. When dormant bases come back online and fleets assemble quietly, it signals preparation, not certainty, but readiness. Whether escalation occurs or not, the strategic map of the Caribbean is already changing.